Hello Physical Fiends, how you doing? It's Jordan here with another Black Friday discounts video. All the games mentioned in this video, all the links are down below in the description and pinned comment, and purchasing from there really helps support me and this channel, and I thank you so much. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is down to an almost unmissable price. Even with the Switch tax, it's still a lovely $21 on that console. However, other consoles, it is a ridiculous $18. I am as surprised as anyone. I didn't think it would go that cheap ever for a brand new copy at least. Star Ocean Second Story are a fantastic $25 on Nintendo Switch. This was one of the best JRPGs of last year. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember, but most people regarded it as a fantastic remake of a well-loved C-tier series that Square own. Okay, C might be a bit harsh, but they don't treat it as well as it deserves. Final Fantasy IX, I mentioned this before in a previous discounts video, but it sold out in like 2 minutes and people weren't happy, but it's back in stock now and attempting $35. That's about as cheap as I've seen it, so yeah, now is your second chance to grab it. Octopath Traveler 2 is a game many consider to be one of the best games of last year, one of the great JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch, and even better than the original game. Now it's going cheap, $25 for the Nintendo Switch tax version, whereas PS5 and PS4 are rocking $21. And yes, I am stating US dollars, but when you click the link below, the website will default to Canadian bucks, so it'll look different, okay? I've had a few comments about why is it not as cheap as I say. It's because you haven't switched it to US dollars, okay? Moving slightly away from Square Enix, PM Studios have most of their Mercenaries series discounted in some capacity. As you can see, you'll be looking at between $21 and $28 for different editions on different consoles. Pretty niche, but a dependable series, and they don't go cheap often. Girl Genius on Nintendo Switch is a really tempting $21. This game reminds me of like a PS2 3D platformer, so it's a game I really want to try. I'm not expecting anything revolutionary, but just solid fun. And for $21, I think it's worth jumping on board for that price. Button Up. I have no idea about this game, but when someone waves a brand new game in front of my face and saying just 10 American dollars, I don't think too much about it. I'll buy it and see afterwards. It's a party platform game apparently, supposedly pretty good, looking at reviews. Alcana is one of the best visual novels on the Nintendo Switch, and if you're curious about it, if you want to sample a high quality VN that's not an otome, I think $21 is a good price to, test if you're into such a genre. Raging Loop, another visual novel, another highly rated one, another one that's just $21. And this is low-key one of the best experiences you can have in a VN on the Switch in English. It's a game of werewolf, pretty much, literally. Despite it being made by Kemco, it is quality. Potion Permit. You can get the base version on PlayStation 5 for $10, but you can pay a couple of bucks more and get the complete edition on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. $14. That is a really low price for a game that's not that old. Maglum Lord is not the finest RPG on the Switch. In fact, it's part visual novel, some would say, and the battle system rather rudimentary, but as a game not many people think about or talk about, and they don't have it in their collection. $21 on the PS4 and Switch, not a bad price. Konosuba is a game I mentioned in a previous discounts video, but I think it sold out just as I published the video. Well, VGP have managed to get more stock. Hopefully it will last longer this time, since for a fun, happy-go-lucky VN, $14 is a good price. Dusk Diver is one of my favorite indie games on the system. Again, it takes me back to the PlayStation 2 days. It's a bit of a beat 'em up, a bit of an adventure game, a side dose of Persona, but keep your expectations in check in that. I really like it a lot. I think this original one is even better than the sequel, so you can pick this up for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 for $21 and $14 respectively. Alright, let's move on to PlayAsia. They have dropped their free shipping once again to a $59 threshold, kind of matching Video Games Plus in that regard, and they've discounted a few games for Black Friday, not that many. They've had far more regular discounts these past few months, so it's not like previous years where they've dumped everything in one go. They're just trickling them out, and let me go through a few that have taken my eye. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection. This was originally a very expensive release, having the first 3 Etrian Odyssey games on one cartridge with English. I think it retailed like $70 or something for the Hong Kong version, but recently came along the South Korean release, which also has English, but a budget price. And now that budget price is discounted even more. So if you want one of the most essential imports of all time, grab this for just $32. Atelier Marie Remake on PlayStation 5, the South Korean version, is just $22. Very nice price for a quaint, charming JRPG. Find out where the Atelier series began. This South Korean version should have English. Neo Geo Pocket Color Volume 2, again, the South Korean version, $16, which is the point of not being able to say no. The only reason I haven't bought this myself is because I already own it. You get 10 portable games, all worth a look for that price if you're into retro compilations. Octopath Traveler 2, again, South Korea. This is $29, which may not be the cheapest it's ever been, especially compared to, I just mentioned, the North American version, which it's $5 cheaper. But look at that more special cover art for the South Korean version. It may be worth purchasing if you want something more special in your collection. I don't know. As per usual, there's so much going on and so many games that I've mentioned before in previous discounts videos that still apply. They still have discounts. So check the general links as well, since I'm sure there'll be plenty to take your fancy aside from the ones I've listed in this video. If you click the link and buy something, that massively, massively helps support me and this channel, and you are amazing and wonderful, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.